for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Huh. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Huh. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose.
All right, Overwatch heroes. Today I'm going to be showing you a glitch, and that glitch is going to be on Watchpoint Gibraltar. And the reason why I want to show this glitch is because I want these glitches exposed so they're fixed. If you want to have fun with your people on skirmish or something like that in a custom match, by all means, go right ahead. However, I would fully recommend that you be banned. I would actually probably report you myself, to be quite honest with you. But I just want to kind of expose what people may be doing to you that you may not realize. So in order to complete this, all you need to do is use Sombra, jump on top of the tire like we had just seen, and aim for a little hole. Once you use that hole, you can actually enter on top of up here to where the square is at. You can see where the payload to your left. You can actually access two other points from this position here also to the right, and I'll show you guys those points later on. So let's actually learn how to do the glitch first. So the first thing you need to do is jump on top of the tire, and you need to actually look at the top right, and then we're going to be looking at the black corner right here that I just highlighted with the white. There's two different textures on the ceiling, the black and the actual texture of the rock roof itself. Place your sentinel reticle right in between those two textures. That's where you want that to go. On the left hand side, you're going to see two different textures on the big rock, and you're going to want to actually use the outside texture when you line up your outside left reticle that I'm illustrating right here. Once you get those 2 points lined out, all you need to do, throw your transponder up there and go ahead and warp yourself on up. Now if you give it a couple seconds, it should automatically pop you up a little bit farther. If it doesn't, that's alright. Just use your transponder, shoot over top into the sun right here like I showed, and you'll actually end up on top of the roof up here. Once you're up here, again like I said, there's a couple different sections you can go to. So once you're over here, you can actually see to the left, you can shoot this wall. Even though you can see outside of it, you'll still shoot the wall, but if you go above it, you can actually shoot outside. You can't really hit too many people from the outside except for maybe a turret and a flying Pharah, or you can jump over the wall and kind of shoot down on people and just kind of give them a little bit of chip damage. The other thing you can do as an option is to fall down to the bottom left here, fall in between the two cracks and surprise your enemies that are spawn camping you. If you try to do this glitch before a match starts and you go too far outside the area, you can actually see where it says preparing to attack 30 seconds. It will actually return you back to the spawn point. So that's the way that they fight the cheaters. Here's an example of just shooting down on people that may not see you. We use the Symmetra here to kind of see what you can toy around and do with this. Once you utilize the Symmetra, your people can actually enter the top area here, kind of spread out where they want to go to, and possibly run around behind the enemy team. Again, I would not use this, guys. Blizzard is not shy about banning people. They will ban the living hell out of somebody, so I recommend that you don't do it. I'm just trying to illustrate that we, as a community, report these players that are using it during competitive match. If you're in a skirmish with your friends on competitive mode, I don't give a damn what you do to the game. It's none of my concern, to be quite honest. So I'm going to try to make this jump over here to the right, and you cannot make that jump. However, what you can do, if you really want to, is walk on along this outside wall here, and walk all the way across and fall down to the left. Here's an actual Roadhog that we have that cannot pull an enemy through a wall, believe it or not. Makes you wonder how that works, how the walls actually work. But I guess it's just all about collision detection, and some of them are pretty solid, like this right here. Again, we're just going to show a turret bin here. You can see an enemy down at the bottom. However, he cannot be hit by the turret. The turret doesn't even recognize that he exists. So that's pretty good. I mean, they did have some things that they buttoned up pretty tight. And here's an example of being able to jump down and surprise your enemies. I'm going to put this turret right here. See what this does. Oh yeah, that's right. Again, even though I can jump down in between the cracks, the turret doesn't recognize that people are directly below them. So if that's the case and you're being spawn camped, if you really want to and you're brave enough, you can drop down and shoot these people. These are the world's worst actors. They were supposed to be surprised that I was able to hit them. We tried to stage it a little bit, but then it was so cheesy I couldn't even pull it off. So I guess I'm exposed. We got a team kill out of it. Hell yeah. So here's a couple different points you can go to. I'm going to drop down here in the center, launch my transponder across. I'm going to warp myself across. You can see the broom below you, but I couldn't figure out how to get directly down in there from here. Let's see here. Where did I go to? Oh yeah, just throw your transponder directly over there. Aimed pretty high, and you will end up on top of the roof right before the first checkpoint. Now, on top of this roof, you can actually get pretty good sights for the most part. You can definitely cause a lot of havoc. This is not a normal game for us guys. We're just basically running around killing each other, so that's why there's no payload being pushed through. I guess it's probably a bad example of this. However, you can see here that I'm just shooting down and raining fire down on top of them. Now, if I switch characters, I wouldn't have been able to come over here. But since I stayed Symmetra, because you have to use your transponder to get over here, she has decent accuracy as far as this range goes. If you can actually aim with her a lot better than I can. So, I'm going to speed the process up here a little bit because there's a section of the map I got to that I wanted to show that I thought was pretty important to highlight. And this part here took forever. And the reason why I did that was I didn't want you to lose your sense of destination. So, some people can't keep up with what you do when you move stuff around. Some people can really well. So, I said sense of destination. I actually meant sense of direction. Dumbass. So, here we go. I think I'm about ready. Now I gotta worry about this jackass running through here. Alright, here we go. All you gotta do is just launch over this little section here. And once you're over here, you're still behind a wall, and you have perfect sights over here. If only you had a better character with better range, but you don't. I didn't realize this at the time, but apparently I can hit that guy behind the wall. You can see they're a little confused. So again, I thought this was just a pretty crazy area to be able to land and to be able to get to. I definitely think you could wreak a lot of havoc right here. Again, guys, just don't use this stuff unless you're in your own matches. If you're in competitive mode and I see this, I will definitely report you, as I would expect anybody else to do the same thing. We're in our own private thing here, so I don't see why that should be an issue for us, but we did have a lot of fun with this. We actually spent probably 2 hours working on this today, to be honest with you, as far as seeing what you can and can't do, what areas you can actually reach. We tried some different team combinations to see if they could help each other support walking through the areas. Symmetra actually seemed to be the best beneficial one for this, to be honest with you, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Zombie's still kind of either forgetting where I'm at or didn't exactly know where I was at. He should have known where I was at, though. Use this transponder. I'm going to try to leave the area here. I'm starting to get a little bored with this one, but I couldn't do it. Here's where I figure out that I can actually get hit markers behind this wall, which I think is total bullshit. But you can do it. I've actually not even heard of any stage glitches until this here, except for just like little bitty tips here and there about shooting around corners and whatnot, but nothing in this game. I won't call this game breaking because it's poor. It's not really a great glitch, but it's definitely a huge glitch, that's for sure. This dragon I seen somebody shoot goes a really long damn way, and I just thought it was kind of inspiring to see how far those actually travel. So needless to say, they can go across the map. So again, let's kind of show you how to do it again. Jump on the tire. Place your reticles in the right position. Once you place your reticles in the right position, use your transponder and just make the jump. So right here, that's where it actually corrected itself and popped me up like I was talking about. Make your way to the right. You might have to back up a little bit, and you can just walk around the top. At any point in time up top here, you can change your character if you want to. And we're going to drop over here to the right, and you can back up and change your character one last position here, which I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you Symmetra here and show you the benefits of her. And again, I'm just going to walk across the wall here. This is the third area that I was telling you guys about. If you have a Hanzo or somebody who can jump pretty high, you can walk up to that area up top there and see the payload itself. Or you can fall down here to the right. Now, you want to make sure that you land on the dark spots. If you don't, you'll fall through if you hit the sky. Not a good position here as far as I could figure out, but you can see a decent amount of the board. That's the second half of the payload. So this was the key trick to Symmetra that we found was pretty significant. When you're down here, you're actually still behind the wall. And you can actually go down here and you can place all your turrets. And when you place all your turrets, they will actually reach across the whole part of the street here, and that was pretty significant because it anybody walking through past the payload will actually do a lot of damage to them. Or if your payload's stuck right there, it will keep people away from that payload. So that was pretty important. So that's all we have for the glitch today, guys. Would definitely want to thank everybody for helping me out. Sergeant Freeze kind of brought this to my attention. I don't know if he found it or not, but we've kind of perfected on how to get up there. So appreciate you guys watching. Again, if I see somebody using this, I will definitely report you, and I hope nobody sees me do this, and I would expect you to report me also. Appreciate you watching. Leave a like and a comment. Have a good night.